Okay, but we need it for the Jomez, like, behind the scenes.
You're
like,
interrupting us.
Oh,
Yes.
sorry!
This is our routine.
This
I
is
know
what
it's
you
your
do.
first time seeing
Cool,
behind the
cool.
scenes, but this is our thing that we do.
Right. Okay, keep going. I'll let you carry on.
This house. You're as quiet as a church mouse. That's all I got.
Hello and welcome.
Hi everyone, my name is Joe Henderson from Joe Henderson Disc Golf, and you may have seen me over on JomezPro's Instagram. I actually do some of the Joe Back Thursday, and I actually created Joe Back Thursday.
Hey, I'm Cameron Ng, and I'm a photographer and videographer. Some people have even referred to me as Cam behind the cam.
First off, Cam and I also wanted to thank JomezPro for sending us to Charlotte, North Carolina for the Disc Golf Pro Tour Championship. We had a blast.
We went out to Charlotte, North Carolina to shoot some behind the scenes of Jomez.
On the first day, we went out with Kevin to do some behind the scenes of what he does with the drone flyovers. This is Kevin Toma, and he is the drone flyer for Jomez as well as the tour manager. So this is Kevin. He does all sorts of things. He's gonna show us a little bit more about drone flying and a little bit more about what he does to help Jomez out.
I try to come out here as early as possible in the morning.
Yeah.
At like 6:37, whenever the sun allows me to fly. This is actually how you calibrate it.
That's crazy.
Devin's doing the drone dance.
Drone dance. How often, or how long do you think it takes you for like a whole...
Some courses I can get done in 45 minutes.
Wow.
Like at Emporia, I can stand in one place and film 5 holes because it's so wide open and there's no obstacles and there's no trees. And then courses like De La,
Oh, that's like such low brush
and
like
it's
low trees.
insanely difficult.
Yeah.
You always gotta turn the drone around and look backwards because there might be an alternate like path that I don't see from this angle.
Yeah.
And I'll fly the drone, and then during commentary, the commentary guys will be like, "Oh, obviously the drone operator doesn't know how to play this hole."
Later that day, we met up with more of the crew to follow them along on the practice round.
This was a perfect opportunity to see what it takes to be on catch cam and T-cam.
All right, Joe, what are we doing?
We're about to go do some catch cam with Joey. Here he is.
Hi.
He's gonna take us and show us the ropes of how to do a good catch cam, and he's gonna show us all about it.
So yeah, basically they're just finishing up hole 2 back there.
And Joey has to run all the way to the next landing zone of where the discs will land, and he has to beat them there, obviously, so he's booking it.
So, rule number 1, catch camming. Don't get hit.
That is a good rule. Did everybody catch that?
Really helps if you know the course.
Yeah.
I've probably played this course 15 times. You kind of know where people are going to land. So any good backhand's going to try to land like right here, and any really good forehand's going to get to the bridge.
Yeah.
So if I go over at the bridge, then I miss anything that hits early.
Yeah.
So then you have to anticipate that they're not going to peer every shot. So this way I can see them on the tee pad. So even if they throw out like 15 feet, I can still get some of it. For some reason, people seem to like turning the camera guy. They love that. People love it when the catch cam spins because
They love it.
A really good shot.
So right now they're just doing the whole intro, and after that, Kevin will give the signal, and then they will throw. Here goes Chris. Oh yeah. We didn't get hit. First drive. Next up, maybe Yuli. Oh, get through it. Closer to the bridge. Oh, get through it though. Oh yeah, get through it. It's a great shot. If he didn't hit that tree, he would have floated right in here. I'm gonna head over to the basket and see if we can get some approach shots coming in. Okay, we're just waiting for the discs to come flying in any moment here. This should, oh, there's a roller. Here it comes.
This is a lot of catch camming.
Yeah.
In tournaments. You just sit in here for like a minute and you have to capture like 5 seconds.
5 seconds.
Like this right here. And you gotta get ready.
It
But
goes
you're
by
like-
so fast.
You're just waiting for like a minute, and then you're just like standing at the ready, and if you miss the little like streak of plastic going through the woods, that's all.
That's all that it is, yeah. But it adds so much to the viewers.
And he's off.
Here goes Joey.
Thanks, Joey.
Thank you, Joey.
No problem.
It's a hard job. This is Josh. And Josh does, what kind of camera work do you do, Josh?
I do the catch cam during the tournament rounds,
Yes.
and then I'm usually on a different cam for the practice rounds.
That's nice. So it kind of depends, I guess. And then where do you need to be to get, like, who are you following right now? Who are you trying to?
Right now, I am doing the T cam for the practice round.
Okay.
So I'm trying to stay behind whoever's throwing. I gotta try and keep up with whoever's next.
Nice. We're gonna go see what Josh does at the tee pad behind the players. We're gonna go see how he can get that shot.
You can move the basket farther left, Chris, if that's information you'd like to add.
We're here on
Just one of
480 feet.
No, I'm cool.
The pin has been moved a little left since last year, and it's also elevated this year. Correct? It wasn't elevated
Yeah,
last year.
it was elevated.
Was it?
I believe it was.
I don't think it was. Anyway, 480 feet. I prefer to go fairway, hyzer clip.
Yeah, I think
It's the road on the right.
I just
Basically,
assumed.
anywhere left, you'll have a putt as long as you're not really far in the woods.
Oh, that's gonna be real good if it hits the road one time. That grass does not give you anything. It is for
A
some
little
reason.
height would have been great.
Right here is a great example of Josh needing to run into position in order to capture the next shot.
Has to run all the way over here. Because we have them, we figured that we would put in a little few extra clips of the practice round and some things that we thought were funny or interesting.
So you're saying if you hit that, you're not gonna throw again? Alright. What's in your left hand? Just open your left hand up. Chris, what is it?
I have nothing
Chris!
in my left hand.
Chris! These are. This is a gift. This was a gift.
Free gifted. You know what I'm saying?
Silly shenanigans.
Also, another interesting fact is ants don't have.
Yeah, let's go. Come on. Let's go.
Tim, what are you doing?
You tell me to hurry up. I'll tell you to hurry up.
What do you mean?
We just put a sticker on his.
Okay. You pick your hat. They can't. If I pick
Can't even. So Jesse's just taking photos of Big Germ and of Yuli, and he's kind of like the photo guy, the web designer, and he runs JomezPro.com.
The day after the practice round, we went out with the crew to shoot Yuli's hole breakdowns.
All right, so it sounds like we're doing 3 hole breakdowns, and Paul is leading the way. He corrected me, we have 4. You get to see the behind-the-scenes look at what it looks like to get a hole breakdown. Paul, you'll agree.
Just me basically fumbling my words constantly.
That sounds...
rewriting them like 4 or 5 times because a lot of people don't know that I actually write all of them.
You write all of them.
Yeah.
There we go. You heard it first.
And then I do it all serious, and everybody's like, "Why is he so serious?"
I think that makes it even better, though.
The answer is, I do all that kind of stuff. I'm a goofy guy sometimes, but I'm also very serious.
You gotta show both sides.
Exactly.
You gotta be
I'm
both.
also very business-minded
Yes,
and professional,
you have to do that. Yeah.
and so when people want me to be a little more, I don't know, I guess eccentric in my breakdowns, I'm like,
Yeah.
that's not how I wanted to brand it, you know?
No, exactly. Okay, so we are here. We are about to get the third take at a Bushnell hole breakdown. Paul's here getting set up. We have some cameras. We have Shane, we have Josh, we have Kevin, and Jerry's here just on the sidelines just to see if he needs to get the lighting all figured out. But yeah, looks like we're ready to go. Here we go.
I'm Paul Uliberry with today's Bushnell hole breakdown. You can find the Edge Disc Golf Rangefinder at the link in the description. Not as good or better?
Oh, I was looking at the line.
Come on.
I like the sidearm play. What flex you
All right, bet. Hole 5 is sketch. Left OB, right OB, and a slope by the basket. We will see all kinds of shots on this hole, with the field being the best of the best. With the field being the best of the best, it could also play easy. Well, let's see how it plays out. Usually one of those.
You didn't mention the drainage ditch.
Yeah, you didn't mention the drainage.
The forehand roller.
Yeah.
That's so
Be
good.
careful on your forehand roll.
Be careful on the forehand roller. As you can see, it's not normally a one-take wonder. Oftentimes the lines are changed on the fly in order to make it sound proper. My name's Joe Henderson with today's Bushnell hole breakdown. Today, we have an island hole. You gotta make the island, or you gotta go to the drop zone. 340 foot, par 3. Let's see how it plays out.
At the beginning of each round, the grip 6 low profiles, or the player profiles, are shot. Wing was kind enough to let me operate the camera and get a few clips of the Jomez crew that was filming coverage for round 2.
I'm gonna let Cam do it. So this is the framing.
That's the cool button.
You want to shoulder mine so you look?
3, 2, 1.
And here's Kevin Toma. Kevin's had such a good season. He is the Jomez manager and reaction cam.
Here we have Brian on catch cam for round 2 today, and we saw Brian all over the place.
And we have Josh. Usually we see Josh on the catch cam, but this week we see Josh on T-cam.
And here we have Wing to deliver that sweet SLOWMEZ action.
3, 2, 1. Awesome. And got you. Thank you.
Our favorite was definitely Gannon Burr when he had all of the discs flying behind him. That was definitely one to remember. So since we've already talked about the catch cam and T-cam, let's talk about the other positions. It's Kevin's job on reaction cam to, well, catch the reaction of the players rather than following the disc.
Slow-mo cam's responsibility is to capture slow motion of drives, putts, details, and the crowd.
It's Jesse's job as the photographer to do anything to get the shot.
Being a camera operator for Jomez is physically demanding. It's a lot of standing still, to moving, to standing still again. Not to mention a lot of running.
A lot of running.
Once the round is complete, the crew heads back to the hotel or Airbnb in order to start the editing process.
Okay, everyone, I'm sure you're just like me, and I'm sure you're wondering what goes on behind the scenes with the Jomez crew, and how do they get up their footage as fast as possible for next day coverage. Well, I am here at the Airbnb where JomezPro, the crew, is now editing the footage. So we're gonna go take a look behind the scenes to catch a little glimpse of what that looks like. Let's go, follow me. So we're in the Airbnb. We have Michael and we have Josh. They're both editing away. They're getting this coverage all figured out. They're working out the kinks. They are editing everything together, stitching it all together, and they are working so hard. We're gonna ask them a little bit of questions just to see how it goes for them. I wanna know, how do you get the coverage up so fast? Like, how do you start working on the coverage, and when do you start working on it to get it up as fast as possible?
So basically for me, my day starts when I'm going to hole 10 to pick up the cards, the SD cards from the crew. So that allows me to come back pretty early here, usually around 3 o'clock, 3:30, just depending on when they, the lead card tees off. I can come back, dump my cards, and then I can already be editing the front 9 while they're still shooting the back 9.
Wow.
So,
That is super efficient. That's amazing. That's awesome. And another question for you, I just wonder, how long does it take to edit, like in total? Like from start to finish, how long would you say that it takes to finish
for
the
my
editing process?
Okay, yeah, for my part, usually about 45 minutes for like 9 holes.
Wow.
Yeah, so I've got it down, and it used to take about 2 hours or so because we didn't sync the cameras properly and stuff like that. But now we have it down to like a science basically. So 45 minutes for front 9, 45 for the back 9. And I'm done.
That usually takes me like an hour 15 per 9 of graphics.
Of graphics, wow. That's very impressive. So mainly you work on like the graphics for the editing, and then mainly you work on like, is it sound and everything kind of? Like everything other than graphics then?
It's like the cut down of the actual round. Taking the round, everything that you see that's not graphics, like just putting it all into, just making it watchable.
Oh my goodness, you guys are insane. That's awesome.
It's not just us doing this too. It's Brian, our slow-mo guy. When he comes right home and he makes all the graphics for me to get ready and put in. Whenever Mike finds a good follow flight or I guess a follow flight, he'll pump that out and get it to Kevin, our reaction cam guy, and he makes all of the follow flights for us to insert afterwards.
Wow.
Then Wing, our SLOWMEZ guy, records the commentary with the commentary guys at night, and then gives that back to Mike, and that's another 2 hours at night to put the commentary back in.
Oh my goodness! So you have to stitch the commentary in afterwards. That's crazy.
Yeah. So basically, they'll do the commentary, and then I'll come. I usually go take a nap because I have to be up till about 3 a.m. after commentary. So I'll go take a nap and then come back, put all the audio in, and then process the audio, cut out all the junk and all the mistakes that they or coughs and sneezes, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then I can render and upload. But yeah, usually about 3 a.m. is.
That's when it's time to hit pay after that.
Yeah. So he finishes at 3 a.m. and then Kevin wakes up at 5 or 6.
Yeah, 5 or 6.
To make sure the upload's all good. Put all the chapters in. Put all the ads.
Basically, just to review it, make sure it's
make sure it's ready for uploading. Wow.
Yeah.
You heard it here first, guys. This is how hard these guys are working to get that next day coverage. I think we all deserve a huge thumbs up to them. That's insane.
Well, we appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for your time. This is awesome.
Yeah,
thank you for everything.
Yeah, we love doing this. It's awesome.
It's great.
So cool. Later in the evening, or even early next morning, Germ and Yuli come to do the commentary. So basically, we just want to know a little bit more behind the scenes of what goes on in the commentary booth and how things get done around here at Jomez. We want to know, basically, is it a one-take wonder? Do you have notes?
As soon as we start,
what happens here?
I literally go underneath here, and then an actual person comes up, and he starts talking.
Yes.
Yes,
that's the answer I was looking for. Perfect. Okay.
Don't.
But that's the reason. Like you see the intro where you see us.
Yes.
That's usually us, but it's not even always us. Sometimes it's just stock footage, just B-roll.
B-roll. Okay.
And then we actually get a professional commentator who actually knows what they're talking about.
No, you stay here, so we don't get a professional one. Then somebody replaces me.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, we have an escape chute that we always install.
Just in case you're like, wait, don't know the answer to this question. Shoot.
Honestly, as ridiculous as that answer was, that's kind of exactly what goes on as far as it's just us just basically walking in that front door.
Yeah.
We sit down and then everything's ready. The lights are ready. Everything's set up. And we still don't start for another 20 minutes just because we're joking, telling stories about our round. It's like our first time to actually we've had enough time to decompress from whatever happened during the day. And then we tell our stories. We fist bump. This is something no one ever sees. This is right before we start. We'll fist bump.
Love it.
And then the magic happens. One take every time.
One take every time.
Mm-hmm. Unless they make a mistake.
Wow. Wow.
Yep.
That's pretty impressive. That's awesome.
Yeah. Honestly, it's like, there's so many times when we say something and we're like, oh God. I mean, maybe not Paul, but I say something and I'm like, what? what am I doing? I'm just keep going.
Yeah.
And I'm like, let's just. And I mean, in my head, I'm like, it would be best if the best content maybe if we like redid it, but then
Right.
it wouldn't be us.
It wouldn't be like that
I
natural.
mean, there was
like,
one time
authentic
where I
feel.
said something and I stopped everything.
Yeah, okay.
I was like, nope.
Yeah.
Nope,
And
we're
he's
not,
like, no,
we're
come
not
on.
doing it.
No, keep going. And I'm like, no. La 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 la.
I'm
He
not.
sabotaged the entire program. But I mean, he just misspoke, but he couldn't hear himself say anything else for the next minute.
Yeah.
And like I had already moved past it.
Yeah, he's like, no, you're fine. And I'm like,
Like,
I
you
literally
just,
went
like,
la
moved
la la
past
la. No.
So good.
I mean, there's been like
Yeah.
maybe in the 5 years that I've been behind the booth, maybe 4 total times
Okay.
where we've stopped and we've said we can't do it.
That's
There was one time we have dual recording, so that way if the mics don't catch it or this doesn't catch it,
Right.
there's a backup program. But one time Nate and I did an entire 9 holes, and the only audio we had, because we forgot to hit record before we had the backup,
Yeah.
the only audio we had was the GoPro. So we had to
Oh.
use the GoPro's audio, and
Oh.
we didn't even redo that one.
Wow.
I mean,
and that's
was that
probably like a world of difference
Oh, yeah.
compared to
the
like.
audio was awful,
Yeah.
but a lot of people didn't notice it. But there was some comments that were like, "What's going on?"
What's going on with this?
It was
Yeah.
it was pretty disastrous.
Do you remember at OTB when I forgot what it was, but Nate was with us and he said something off, not on recording, and I lost it. I laughed so hard I couldn't start. Like they were like, "Okay, we gotta start," and I'm just like
I can't.
crying, laughing. I couldn't. So
That's so good.
that was like the closest thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
it's hard with Nate because Nate will like a lot of times when people hear our dumb little jokes or we're on a little pun off where
Yeah.
disc golf is completely second to what we're actually doing. Or I'll say something that's just like, it's like a good one-liner, and Paul will look at me, and he'll just give me a little nod, but it'll be completely silent.
Yeah.
And so what they hear is like, Paul that went over Paul's head.
Yeah, right.
It didn't. He caught
He
it.
catches it.
But he was just appreciating it and
Just
just
like,
saying, like, I don't have anything to add to that.
But good one.
And it's usually awkward silence, and it ends up making my joke seem less funny than it was. I think maybe not. Maybe it makes
Maybe
it
you
more
should
funny.
just start laughing even louder, and then.
Yeah, that's why a lot of times I laugh at my own jokes because I'm like, oh, they're not gonna laugh.
Yeah.
Or a lot of times I just roll my eyes and I'm like,
Yeah, that's normal.
That's probably pretty
That's-
fair. Yeah, that's what I'm catching here. Yeah, that's good. Also, what time is it right now? Like,
Oh,
let's tell the people behind the scenes what time it is, and then maybe go into like how does that translate to your game on the field, and how like
it's 11:15, 11:14.
yeah, 11:14 right now.
And we have not started yet, but
And
how does it translate?
well-
Neither of us have won a tournament in a decade.
Okay,
So, I mean,
that's not what I was getting at. That's not what I
What
was
are you
getting
trying
at.
to do to us
But,
here?
like, I'm not
it's already a late night.
It's already a late night. No, that's not what I'm trying to do here. No, I mean like just
Combined 400 tournaments, no way. So,
cut that out.
the first tournament that I did commentary for Jomez was Waco 2017,
Okay.
and I won that tournament. And
There you
since
go.
And,
Some
and then
fruits.
the next year at Waco, and then that's it. That's the only 2 that I've done commentary that I won. Nate and I commentated on his win at USDGC,
Okay.
and that's it.
Wow.
I think I feel strongly enough that when I started doing commentary, I could have probably told you that no way is it affecting my game.
Right.
I think in hindsight, I could say that I saw a change in focus because I saw this as such an opportunity and there's so much potential behind it.
Yeah.
That I think that in a way, disc golf wasn't the only thing for me anymore, and it didn't have to be, and I didn't have that same killer instinct anymore.
Yeah.
I still go out there and try my best.
Yeah.
My best, I don't think, is as good as it once was.
Right.
And I think that there is a very distinct timeline that started at commentary start, and then it's just kind of like plateaued. My rating has stayed the same. It could be a combination of my focus not quite being as sharp,
Right.
and the competition getting better, or maybe I've gotten worse and ratings are stupid.
Maybe ratings just don't even make sense. What even is a rating? I don't even know what a rating
Yep. My rating is
I don't
actually
even
higher
understand.
now. I'm 1029 right now. It's higher than I've ever been as a commentator.
I get that question a lot, and I so hyper like competitive that I'm just like, man, you're crazy. Like,
Yeah.
it's not gonna affect me in
Yeah.
any way.
Fair.
Because if I wasn't doing this, I'd just be on TikTok till
Right.
the same time.
Making
So,
TikToks,
yeah.
probably doing
Yeah.
commentary.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Awesome.
11:17 right now. We've actually done 5 a.m. commentary. We've done 6
5 a.m.
a.m. commentary. We've done
6:30.
6:30 commentary. There's
Listen
no.
to that.
Yeah, it's not a routine. It
Oh my
basically, we're doing it late now because the round starts at 3 o'clock.
Right.
And so they're not done until whatever time, and then
Yeah.
they've got to do their thing first. The only routine is the silliness.
There you go.
Everything else is just basically, we find out what time we're going to go
Yeah.
sometime after the round. Kevin kind of gives us an idea, and then normally we sit around and wait for a while.
Awesome.
And then we try to barter. We go like, he goes like 9:30. And
Like
I'm
9:15?
9:15?
9.
How about
And
909?
he's like, no.
Yeah.
And we're like,
That is so true. Yeah, the barter system happens every
And
evening.
do you ever win the barter system?
sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes, but usually, he agrees to 9.
Yeah.
But then we get here, we actually wait till the time that they originally said. So like,
So
we
it's
still
like
feel
you-
like we won.
you-
They got,
Yeah.
they actually won. So
It's like the
But
win-win.
Also, this is,
Yeah.
I consider this a job. I don't really consider playing a job. I never
Okay.
have. I've always considered that like just my life.
It's just
And
fun.
this is the
life
first
and
job I've ever had.
Yeah.
For sure.
I 100% agree with that. I think that, like, disc golf is just that's in a way a reward, but so is this.
Well, I never got paid to play. Really, I was just breaking even for years and years and years and years and years, and
Mhm.
that's why I take this so seriously. Is because I understand what it does for the brand.
Mhm.
I understand that these late nights are worth it for all of you guys and for us.
I leave the course disappointed 25 to 45% of the time, I feel like. Disappointed because of expectations, because of the way that the round finished, even though I might have been playing well. Or maybe disappointed because I just am starting to realize, you know what? I can't compete as in the way that I once could.
Right.
And that is frustrating. I have never left the booth frustrated. Like, not one time have I ever not been just so pumped to show up,
Yeah.
be here with these guys. I don't know how Jomez has done it, but every single person they've recruited to be on this team has made the team better. Each person has brought in a new element to improve the quality, to improve the efficiency.
No pressure. Yeah.
We just met you.
Yeah, that's true. Love it.
But that's the best part of the job is I know it's a little cliche to say it, but the best part of this company is the people. And
Totally.
they do everything in the most professional, right way, and they treat us as equals. We're never looked down upon. They're never like, we need you to do this. They ask us to do these things. They're very appreciative of it, and it's amazing.
Oh, and another thing that I want to address.
Okay.
There's always people saying like, oh, well, it seems like you guys switched your style up. Jomez must have asked you guys to do that. They've never had input, not one time, about how we do anything.
No.
It's all just us trying new things.
They
doing
hit this
stuff.
button right
Yeah.
here, it goes from green to red, and then we make it go from red to green, and then that's
That's
it.
about it.
That's the only input we get is the stuff that we read online.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Jomez has, I can't believe it. It's actually pretty crazy to think that going all the way back to 2017, I listen to myself back then sometimes, and I'm just like cringing. Never at one time was he never gave constructive criticism about this or that, because it was just us.
Yeah.
And people resonated with that. We grew with our fan base together,
Exactly.
and I think he just trusted the process that our personalities would grow the brand, and I think that he had pretty good insight and intuition on that.
I think Jonathan and Juan have both done such an amazing job, and huge thank you to them for even just having me here, but like even just creating this amazing thing that they've done. So.
It's pretty incredible to think that you see 3 cameras,
Yeah.
and then you see a couple guys doing commentary, but
Exactly.
there's
there's so many
people behind the scenes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Super cool. Thank you so much for
Thank
your
you.
time.
And thank you.
Time to get on with your commentary, I guess. Good luck.
Oh
Have
yeah, we
fun.
gotta do that.
You gotta do that thing.
Red to green.
Okay, well that's great. I think that gives our Jomez fans a little bit more insight behind the scenes, and that helps us all out to know what kind of work you guys put in. So thank you so much. And
Yeah, bring it in.
yeah, let's do that.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the semifinals of the 2021 Disc Golf Pro Tour Championship. Jeremy Colling, Paul Uliberry here once again in Charlotte, North Carolina for the most exciting finish you could really ask for.
Absolutely. Let's get into the Grip 6 low profile Paul Macbeth.